Good morning, everybody. It's Dr. Lisa here. Welcome to, oh, now we're live. Good morning. Welcome, everybody, to our Google Plus Hangout today on a balmy Minnesota morning. Can you believe it is 23 degrees above zero at 10 o'clock here, which is compared to last week, absolutely wonderful. It's like a heat wave up here. I hope you guys all braved the cold elements from this past week and getting ready to do some fun learning today. Let's just see who's all in the chat. I just want to make sure that people can see and hear me. I want to welcome Stephanie and Wita and Dan to the party. Let me make sure that chat is enabled. And can you guys tell me if you can see and hear me? I know last week we had some technical glitches. So I kind of made a little bit of change into the format today. Okay. Making sure everyone hears me here, and I just want to see if everybody is. See if we got any more people coming on. Just want to give them a few more minutes to get people to jump on in. Can't believe that we are now, it is almost the midway, actually on Wednesday will be the middle of January. Can you believe that? I mean, boy, the time has just been flying. And, okay, thank you, Dan. Thank you, Wita. And have you guys had a chance to play around with Google Plus at all this past week? Let's hear and see if anybody wants to share right now what they've done, what they've discovered. Did you guys get any leads or people added to your circles, or they're starting to follow you more? Just waiting. There's for those of you who are maybe not familiar with Google Hangouts, the platform I'm using for the webinar training, there is a delay in the feed when people come through on the chat. So I'm just waiting to scroll down and hear what anybody's responses are, and giving them time to type in. I'm also going to enable here the Q&A section really quick so that if you have questions, you can always direct it there too. Good morning, Stephanie. Got things set up? Okay. This week, hope to start with the circles. Okay, good, Dan. You know, that's a start. As long as you guys are making a start, and I know that last week on the webinar, when I was showing you how to set up the profile page, it wasn't working, as you know, it wasn't showing up even on my screen either. And then with the cold weather last week, it just wreaked havoc on my internet connection and network speed, so I wasn't able to get the video out like I wanted to show you that. So what I thought I would do today is do it like a review of the Google Plus profile page. Oh, Wita, you did add folks, did your profile, and got lead on the same day. Awesome, awesome. That, I mean, this is just probably one of the best lead sources you can do for your business. And as a matter of fact, this week I wound up adding 50 people, 50 leads just to my business with Google Plus, and I just made some tweaks over the weekend, last weekend too. So this is a very exciting social media platform, and I can't wait to share more goodies under the hood. But sometimes when you're learning with Google, it's always best to kind of review a little bit too what we've learned in the past week. to help you. And what I'm going to do right now is, oh, more people are coming on. Let me just see who else has come on. Jimmy's on. Jimmy, good morning. Good morning, good morning. And so this whole Google Plus platform is going to work very well for you. And one of the things that, just before we get started, I want to say is that the one thing I love with Google is that the way the whole site and social media network site is set up is that it uses visual images that, they can really stand out and pop out. And you don't see a lot of the advertisements that can distract you on Facebook. Then, if Google Plus, you don't get that as much. So it's a real nice medium where it almost feels like a website itself, where you don't have a lot of ads on it. It makes it feel like you're really being personable with people without being too obnoxious, if you know what I mean. So let's get started. I am going to bring up the slides. Okay, where's my slide? Oh, you know what? I gotta make sure my slides here are ready to go. Why is my slides not showing up here? Okay. It wouldn't be a hangout when we wouldn't have any technical glitches. That always, here we go. So I'm going to start the screen share here, and I hope more people, if more people come, that is great. If not, if you've signed up, you will get the webinar recording. So hopefully once this is done, I will get this rendered and get this uploaded, and then you guys can have it right away to play around with it. But basically what this is, and I kind of made a unique twist on this, and I just have up here still lead generation strategies. What I should put on here is, it should have said Foreplay Google Plus CRAVES, and I kind of went with that angle because, it's like this love 'em and leave 'em that I hate with Facebook. 1 minute Facebook just loves you, they're letting you invite them out of people, you can add a lot of friends, and then all of a sudden the next minute you're thrown in the Facebook jail. And what I love about Google Plus is that, a lot of times, it's real hard to get Google's attention, especially if you're doing like keyword research and SEO. That can really throw people off. And so one of the best ways to get Google's attention is to really use Google Plus, and really knowing the right things to say and to add to Google Plus, as well as the kind of buttons and things you need to configure on Google Plus to get Google's attention and start getting you those leads. So it's kind of a little bit of a sexy twist. So some of the ground rules that we want to talk about right now is we want you to get rid of distractions. And so what I want you to do is maybe close down your Facebook, or close down your Skype, put your phone on silent, ask questions, and then also I have down here is to make sure that you register for future Google Plus webinars. And what I alluded to last week was I want to do, over the next couple Saturdays here in January, and we might go into February, about really going under the hood of Google Plus and really exploring all the features and things you can use to really build your brand, become an influencer, become an authority, so that people, when they look at you, they're going to know you, like you, trust you, and then they're eventually going to buy from you. And I'll tell you guys right now, I'm really, the first part of January here has just been smoking for me. Like within the last 10 days, I have sponsored I wound up adding 4 people to my Lead System Pro at the mastery level, and I also added 1 person to my primary multi-level marketing company. And a lot of that was due to the way I have been branding myself and taking action. So it's really important, guys, when you're getting information, just to get yourself out there and take that action, because over time, people are gonna, you're gonna start turning heads, and people are gonna be like, wow, you're somebody, I want to be, to be a part of. I want to learn from you. I want to be a part of your team because I know you're going to be successful. So that's what we need to really, what I really want you guys to do as part of the ground rules is take action on what you're learning too. So, and one way to do that is, I'm hoping that you guys kind of, whoops, I forgot to change this on here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this on the fly. I'm going to quick come and get my links here really quickly. So I'm going to do a quick copy and come right back here. And so I really want you to kind of connect with me on my Facebook fan page. And you're probably going, that's kind of ironic. Here we're doing a Google Plus training and you're telling me to go on Facebook. But that's one of the ways, because usually that's one of the spaces I do hang out at, and so I want you to kind of interact with me on those spots, because what I want you guys to do is, I want us to kind of all kind of like each other and kind of affirm where we all are on our social media sites, because eventually, what we want to get doing is, syndicating. I'm gonna say my list here. I always like having people come to my. I'm sorry if this sounds really loud on my, typing up here. I like people to be on also my personal email list or my newsletter list. And what that is I always am giving out free tips and trainings, and I also do Friendly Friday freebie days. And it used to be where I would be giving out trainings from some of my other companies that I'm in, that I was given permission to share from various leaders in both the internet marketing and multi-level marketing spaces. And what I started doing is I made a decision this year that I'm going to start giving away some of my trainings that I have done. So I had 18 days off in December over the Christmas holidays. So I was just creating videos and webinars up a storm that I'm going to be sharing with everybody. And so only people who are on my newsletter are going to get those trainings. So if you really want to learn more and kind of accelerate your learning curve without having to, spend a lot of money on different programs, I highly encourage you to kind of come and check out what I have. But so you want to be on my list. And it's also a good way too, guys, you can kind of see how I structure my emails and craft my emails. I spent a lot of time in actually since summer, I've been working with some of the best leaders in attraction marketing, like Diane Hockman, and then this past December, I was working with Shane Hunter on crafting emails. So if you guys are wanting to know how to structure an email and really study the format, that's another kind of perk to, being on my list, where you can really look and see what I've been doing and what type of responses that I've been getting. And of course, I have my Google Plus, and so let me get that. And that is right. Let me get that here. That's my Google Plus, so you can kind of, put me in your circle. And then I'll add one more here. And I'll add you to my YouTube channel, where you can also find my my stuff too. All right. And I'll kind of quick save that so we have that. So those are kind of the, my top places that I do hang out. And, okay. It's going to save here for a second. And where did it go here? All right. My computer's getting kind of wonky here. All right. So those are the primary places that, to connect with me. I really encourage you, though, just to, touch base with me on my Facebook fan page and my list, if anything that, to doing today. So what the purpose of this training today is, and this is going to be over the course of the next couple of weeks, is that by the time we're done with this, you're going to have the tools and the mindset to start generating 2 to 3, even 5 leads per day using Google+, even if you just got started yesterday and never generated 1 lead online before. Why Google+? Well, there's over 500 million active users on Google+, and this is something I wanted to bring up from last week as a review. We have 500 million users, 60% log in every day, 500 million enabled accounts. So as you're looking at this, to get on, everybody has a Gmail account. All right, so if you have a Gmail account, you need that Gmail account to, have a YouTube channel now and to get your Google+. So Google's really kind of integrated everything. And 2/3 of the economy is influenced by personal recommendations. So anything you're putting out there on, whether it's Google+ or any other social media site, that's going to carry a lot of weight. So this is a real viable, social media is a real viable way to get your brand and product and service recommendations across. And believe it or not, Google+ is growing faster than Facebook. I think it looked at Facebook's growth curve, and they just kind of learned from it, and they're just on a tremendous upside, and they're going to more than likely surpass Facebook as the #1 social media platform. And Google+ influences the search engine rankings. Okay, why? Because it's Google. Google owns everything, pretty much, as with search engines. And what I talked about last week, though, with people was not to get hung up on SEO, okay? And that's search engine optimization and keywords. And I think a lot of people wound up, when they really get bummed out if their keywords don't rank, and they don't get the results that they want, and it's like, oh, this doesn't work, I'm not really good at doing all this research, it's just too much, it's too overwhelming, and all of a sudden, why bother doing it, because Google's going to come out with another animal update saying what we can and cannot do. And I want to tell you guys, don't get hung up on it, because anytime that Google comes out with a panda update, penguin update, I don't know what other animal update they're going to choose to do. Whenever they make a rule change like that, what happens is they're always going to have a tool that will help you benefit from the changes. So that's the way you have to kind of look at, to really look at when changes in marketing happen. Okay, the internet and everything is so fluid. Things change so fast. So you can't get too stuck on a certain technique, or if things change, then you're going to be caught flat-footed, and and don't despair over that. But what I want you guys to really focus on too is the fact that when we're learning everything here, it's excuse me. What Google's looking for is engagement, high-quality content, and engagement. Okay, how engaged are your users? Are they coming? Are they, do you get people coming in and putting +1s, which is Google's way of a like, on your posts? Are people commenting? Are people sharing what you have? And that's really important, because, and that's all part of the branding package. And see, if you brand yourself correctly, you're not going to have to worry about SEO. Okay, and I'm gonna admit something to you guys. I suck at SEO. I absolutely suck at it. And it gets real frustrating when I have to sit there, and it's hard for me to rank. I don't know why, but there's certain things that are a lot harder for me to do than others. So I'm not letting that deter me from, even though I sucked at SEO in 10 days because of the branding that I did and the posts and the engagement that I have, I was able to sponsor one person into a primary MLM company and add 4 MLSP mastery members in a course of 10 days. So you just have to keep a mindset that as long as you're providing value and you are taking action and you're constantly improving your brand, you don't have to worry too much about SEO. Okay, I'm done with my rant there. I just want you guys to know that there's hope. But today's topics, I want to really focus on 3 big things today. First, we're gonna go through the Google Plus profile, what you should and should not have. Then we're going to go through the Google Plus page, and then we're going to talk about Google authorship. Those are going to be the 3 big things. And right now, I'm just going to check chat. Oh, you're not seeing the slides? Oh, crap. Okay. Let me see. Let me try this again. All right, can you guys see the slides now? What I'll do, guys, too, is like I did last week with, if we have any technical glitches and you can't see the slides, what I will do, and I did this last week, is I'll create a PDF document of the slides. So when you get the webinar recording, you can have the slides and look at that. Okay? I always try to make sure that we do that. I'm gonna try to check something here really quick. So, let me see here. Okay, so you guys can see the slides now? Okay. What I'm going to do right now, I'm going to flip back to me so you can see me here again, and I'm going to see if we can do, okay, can you see me now? Because I'm going to hit over to my Google Plus page so we can kind of go through some stuff there. Oh, now you can see me, Wida? Okay. All right. Good, good, good. Okay. So let's go here. I'm going to all right. All right, gang, can you see my Google Plus page here? Okay, I kind of gave it back to me here because I have to check the chat. You can see that? Okay. Okay, good. So I'm going to come back here. And what this is this is the Google Plus page, as you can see here. And what I'm going to do here is I am going to click up here, and I'm going to go to my profile page. Okay? And we're going to kind of walk through each element of the profile here. All right, why is this not going here? Ah, I have to hit about. No wonder. Okay, I did not have enough coffee this morning. Okay, so here we are. We're at my profile page. And what this is this is the place, guys, before you do anything with Google+, you really need to take time and care in crafting this. Now, for those of you who have not set up Google+ yet, I cannot walk you through the steps of setting up a Google+ page, because if I did, what would happen is it would kick me out of the web. We'd all be kicked out of the webinar because we would need to go with a brand new account. So basically, what I would recommend that you do, you can do a Google search, you can do a or a YouTube search, and you can say, how do I install Google, and can, you know, do the initial setup of Google+. You can find many a good video there. Now, I just want to tell you guys, I got in, you know, before we head into the profile page, for some of you who don't know me, what I did with Google, I got involved in Google Plus because when I signed up with My Lead System Pro back in May, I was really getting frustrated with Facebook because it always seemed like I was getting thrown in, you know, getting warnings by Facebook, oh, I was requesting too many friends, or I was sending too many messages, or, you know, I was posting too fast. And it was driving me batty. And so I went, one of the first trainings I did in My Lead System Pro was with Dean and Mary Black on, it was the first Wednesday webinar I attended, and it was on Google Plus training. So I was really intrigued by what they taught. So I went in and I just started learning how to do different, learning the different features. I started tweaking with it, and the next thing you know, I started generating leads and sales. When I first started with Google Plus, I had only 26 people following me, and that was back in May. And all of a sudden, you know, I have now, I'm getting close, I'm getting 4,900 subscribers. And I wound up getting, you know, like I said, every person that follows me on Google Plus, I consider a lead. All right. So last week, you know, I wound up getting 50 leads because 50 people put me in their circles, and all I did was just, you know, people get drawn to my site. They like what they see. They like the engagement. They like the content I put up, and I'm getting consistent people who are always commenting or they're engaging on my posts. So this is the, you know, when you're doing your when you are putting your profile together, make sure that you're branding you. You're not putting like your company or your primary MLM, or, you know, if you're using a lead generation system, you're putting that in on your profile page. And I really want to discourage you from doing that because you need to brand you, okay? And for me personally, excuse me, if I'm looking on at a site and it's saying, you know, it's somebody with, you know, they're promoting a certain product or company, or they're walking around with you know, flashing money, or they're flashing this opulent lifestyle, to me it's like, you know, that's great that you're having that success, but how are you going to help me? Okay, that just seems more like a detraction than attraction. You know, I want to attract people to come and want to work with me. I don't want to repel them. And you want to create like your brand, and especially with your, you know, because your image up here is really going to determine, you know, how people are going to perceive you. And so what I really wanted to do is, you know, I have a PhD in education, and I love to help people. So I thought, you know, and I love online marketing. So I thought I'd call myself the digital marketing doctor, creating healthy, profitable websites. That became my brand. And I developed that back in 2012, and I just kept refining it, and I tried to find images, and if people, you know, at the end of this webinar, if you want to be, you know, kind of partner with me on some, there's a program that you can partner with me on. There's two programs actually. If you wish to join them with me, I will share with you where I get my headers and everything done, and we can get it for you at a substantial, you know, at a really good discount, because the lady that does this for me, she is phenomenal. She did all my branding for all my sites. So what this is going to do is you can see here, you know, works at Digital Marketing Doctor, where I attended school, where I live, how many people are in my circles. And this part here, as you can see, you can always edit everything. And so, like I have where I went to school, you can mark down what you want made public or private. Now, for me, I like to keep some things private, so I don't really show this much, or my contact information, or my work, or basic information. I kind of keep that private just because, you know, that's just my preference. So it's up to you of how much information. But what I really focus on is the story piece, the story section here. And this is what is that people are going to want to look at. And the way you format this. And I did a lot of testing and tweaking with this, and found out that this is a really good format to have set up. So, you know, you're always going to have your tagline. And I'm going to put this in the edit mode here. So your tagline is going to be something that you want people to know. You know, it's kind of like your unique selling proposition. How are you different from everybody else that's out there in the marketing space? Okay. You know, and it's got to be congruent to who you are, all right, what you're passionate about, and it's really about solving a person's problem. How are you going to help them solve a problem? And for me, I'm always looking to find things and engage people. You know, I'm looking for the people in my market are the ones that are up at 2 in the morning in a cold sweat searching on Google for a solution. All right, that's the way I've kind of started working and providing my content and setting up my brands and my social media spaces. So you can see here, it doesn't have to be a really heavy, you know, long-winded statement. And as a matter of fact, you know, when we get into the Google Plus pages, there's going to, what you want to do, and this is just a little trick, guys, is if you know what your brand is and you are good at keyword research, putting your keyword into the tagline will help improve your search engine ranking. Okay, so if you're good at keyword research, put that in there. You know, if not, no big deal. But that's just something that people like to do. So what I've done here, and this is something I learned from Frank Marino from My Lead System Pro. And Frank Marino, guys, is the #1 lead generator, you know, person of all time in My Lead System Pro. And I mean, he did that at the end of 2013. And he did it for a specific reason. And what I noticed is when I visited all of his social media spaces and his website, he always has a call to action to get leads. And your call to action should always be having people to subscribe into your newsletter. That's something I learned from Diane Hockman. So this is what you can do, and this is what sets, I think, Google Plus apart from Facebook, is in the way that this is formatted. So what I do is I kind of reiterate again up here in my introduction. I say I specialize in helping people create healthy, profitable websites using attraction marketing. Whether you're looking to generate leads and sales through social media and Google+, build your brand, geek out over new tech gadgets, or have a passion for learning, let me prescribe for you the treatment to create healthy and profitable websites. To access some free training, scroll down to the links section on this page, and I'll show you where those are in just a second. Now, and then I put here, I have a free newsletter in which I share the latest tips and strategies to generate more leads and sales for your online business. Click here to sign up. Now here, guess what you do? You put this here. This is a link button. So if you click on that link, what it does, oh, now I'm going to have to redo that again. So you can either have that go to like a blank email address, like if you have an Aweber account or autoresponder account, or what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to retype my get them on my newsletter. I hit OK. Whoops. See, even I make these mistakes. So I'm going to go here, and I'll make sure I hit the link right there. Click here. There we go. Now it kind of took me back here, and I'm just going to get back to edit. So as you can see here, it's already liked. And it'll turn blue, and it's a bright blue. So what happens is it pops out, so your eyes kind of get directed to it. And that's something that Facebook doesn't have. It gives you the links, but sometimes they're a real light blue and you can't see it. It gives a lot of pop. So then what I do is, after I do that, I do this. And this is really powerful, and this is how you can really get people to add you. And it's, here are some suggested circles that you can put me in. And so I will put the companies or things that I am involved in. So I have here, these are my primary, My Lead System Pro, Power Lead System, Ripplen, and then I talk about some of the other things that they may want to put me in. What am I doing, guys? I'm forcing them to engage on my page when I'm telling them, sign up for my list. These are the circles you can put me in. I'm actually telling them what to do, okay, to stay on my page. The goal is, guys, is you want them to stay on your page as long as you can, because the longer they stay on your page, the more likely they're going to engage with you. And the more that they engage with you, they're going to take action and get on your list. Once they're on your list, then you can start promoting your offers and products and services, and boom, you've got raving fan customers. I mean, that is what you want to be doing. That's kind of like the nutshell and strategy. So as you can see here, I always start with my business and professional interests first. Then I kind of come down here, and then I put in some things about me and what are the, I have a life outside of business and marketing. Okay. I love American Cocker Spaniels. I raised Cocker Spaniels for 20 years. I love the breed. I love the Lord of the Rings. I'm a coffee nerd. I love listening to sacred music, going to Bible study, chocolate, big lover of jazz music, sci-fi. Some of my favorite shows, Grumpy Cat. And I put those down there. And I'll just tell you guys, the reason I got those extra 50 people adding me into the circles last week was, initially I had my free newsletter, and this part, I had that below here. I had that down below the suggested circles. When I moved it up here, that's when my opt-ins and my people started following me just took off, and I got those, and I was averaging 10 people either signing into my autorespond, for my newsletter, or they were wanting to be in my circle. So having that specific call to action up front. Then I put down some bragging rights, things that you might want to put. If you've got great kids, you've been married to the love of your life. Things about you that you're really, really proud of. And that's something that should be celebrated. So you would click Save there, and then you would have that. And as you can see here, if you read through that, now I'm just going to switch this down to show what the public. So you can see here, look at how that stands out. Okay? Look at how that all stands out. If someone were to come in and read that, they're going to want to know more about me. Oh, you still can't see? This is... All right, I'm going to try something here again. Okay, I'm going, woo! All right. Okay. So now we got the kind of the Twilight Zone tunnel vision going here. Now I'm going to bring up Google Plus over here. Can you guys see Google Plus? I'm kind of coming. It's kind of hard here when I've got the, I think we're still seeing the do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. I know that some other people were having some issues with webinars on air here with the platforms. There it is. You see it? Awesome. Thank you, Selena. You guys can see it. Awesome. So as you can see here, what I was really talking about, you know, make sure you have your tagline up here. Make sure that you know, have an introduction with a real specific call to action. Having the newsletter, you know, have people opt into your newsletter. And that was a real technique that Diane shared with me. And the reason is if you can get people in the newsletter without pitching them, what that does is it helps people, they get in the habit of saying yes, and it's non-threatening, because like, oh, you're just offering me a newsletter with free tips? Oh, that's great. And then if you're offering really good content in the emails and you're directing them to good content, then you can softly start, you know, sharing with them the opportunities. But you really want their name, and you really want to start engaging with them. And that's a real, I mean, and ever since I did that, my opt-ins, you know, I wound up adding close to, let's see, I've had it almost close to 90 people in the last month just from that technique Diane taught me. And these 90 people, guys, believe it or not, are people who are in my warm market. You know, that's the goal. Is getting more, you know, you could sit there and add, you know, 100, 200 leads into your autoresponder account. But if you don't know them and they don't know you, you know, they're not going to stay very long. So if these leads are warm market and hot, you know, you're gold, and you're going to, you know, I think I read a statistic that it's like, you know, for every lead you have in your autoresponder, that's like $1. So that's kind of cool. Now, as you can see here, the suggested circles, and what I did here too, guys, is you can link, like I have, like to my opportunities. I created a link to, guess what, squeeze pages. If they click here, they're going to go right to a squeeze page, and I can capture them too. But look what it does is I bolded it because it pops out. Okay, people are still looking there. Good, I kind of had to jump away there. But that's what I have here for the story part. Okay, we have this, when you look at the story, everybody's going to look at that and they're going to go, that's what you're about. Okay, I'm being transparent, I'm telling people what I do, what I want them to do on the site. And that's how you wind up getting, you know, and don't worry if you're not at that point yet, because what it's going to do is people, you know, think of it like that little snowball that you start at the top of the hill, and as it gets momentum, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger, then all of a sudden it's like you can't stop it. And that's what's going to happen to all of you, you know, if you take action and you take the time to really craft what you're doing. And this is really good for you guys too, what you're seeing here, because when you go out and you're going to prospect people and people are coming and they're starting to engage with you, you know, you go right to their About page and see how much they have in there. And if you're looking at someone and you look at all their posts, are nothing but opportunity links, you look at their About and there's really nothing there, you know, is that someone you really want to spend time with prospecting? Okay, I don't know about you guys, but I have a real sense of urgency to build my business right now. You know, right now I found out I'm a teacher, and I found out that my contract will not be renewed at the end of this upcoming school year in June. You know, and I really don't want to go and apply for other jobs. So I have been working my tuchus off to develop enough money, you know, to develop the income where I can do this full-time from home. So I don't have the time to sit there and try to track down every person, you know, so I'm looking at their profiles. I'm looking at their profiles, and if I'm seeing stuff that, you know, that's incomplete or they're not You know, it's lazy, and they're just putting opportunity link after opportunity link after opportunity link. They're not offering any value. I don't want to do anything with them, because if I bring them in, they're only going to drop out anyway. All right, I'm looking for business builders and people who take the time to really fill out their social media, you know, their spaces. They're putting in specific call to actions, and they have it set up like a professional. Those are the ones I want to get, because those are the ones that are going to stay and they're going to build it. All right? I don't have time to deal with dilly-dalliers. So, sorry to get on my soapbox there a little bit. But looking down here, I want to head to the links. First of all, is there any questions about the story section? Okay. Very good. Let me quick hit. I think we have a question there. Can see it now. Okay, good. Thank you, Jimmy. Thanks, guys. Okay. Anybody have any questions of what I've said so far with the story? I'm just waiting for chat to go through here. And like I said, guys, technology, don't get hung up if the technology doesn't work. Find a way to work around it. It makes you more believable. People, you know, it's just how you respond to it, and you can find solutions on the fly. So what I promise to do this week is I will definitely this afternoon or tonight or tomorrow, I will make up another video just kind of outlining everything here too that I'll have as a companion so you guys have it. None here makes sense? Good, 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 good. So let's go back and let's look at the links here. This is still on the Google profile page. Now, if you can look here, there is the Google Plus URL. Now, this is a custom, this is something that they just came out with within the last few months, and it's a custom. It used to be where you would have, you know, google.com plus, and then you would have like a whole slew of numbers, and that would royally suck, because it's like, oh my gosh, how am I going to engage people with this? And how are they going to find me? So what Google did is, you know, you can come up with your own custom URL, but there's a couple of things, parameters that you have to have. First, you have to have 10 people, at least 10 in your circles that are following you. You have to have an account that is at least 30 days old. And let me just quick and see what the third parameter is. Let me check. You have to have an account in good standing, and you have to have a profile photo. Those are the other two. So it's really important, guys, when you put in your image, do not hide behind a logo. Put your face out there. Let me tell you, when I first last spring, I was scared to death to put my face out there. I was scared to death. I just didn't think I didn't look right. I didn't have the, you know, I thought I had a lot of self-esteem issues. But all I heard is people's like, you have to, if you're going to brand yourself, they have to see you and they have to hear you. So I had my husband take out the iPhone, took a picture of me. It turned out to be a real good picture, I thought. And I put it out there. And just merely putting your picture out there, people wound up starting to engage. You know, I started getting up, you know, the day one, I wound up getting 10 people following me in the circles. So that was kind of cool. Now I'm just going to check over here real quick. All right, good. Everyone's still hanging tight. So what you want to do is when you choose your URL to choose wisely. You want to, you know, either use your name. I wanted to use Dr. Lisa Thompson, but what happened was you can do a custom URL for your page as well, and I used Dr. Lisa Thompson there. So I couldn't use it for both. If you're wondering what the EDD is, that is what my doctorate is in education. Instead of saying PhD, it's EDD. So I wanted to at least put some sort of thing in there that I was a doctor. Now, YouTube, now this is something I did not know, and this is something really when you're setting your account up, is because Google bought out YouTube and you can link your accounts, is if you have more than one YouTube account, I would not link your personal to this account. And I made the mistake of doing that instead of using my professional. So, and what happens is when you do Google Hangouts and everything, you're going to get a live stream showing up in your YouTube feed, and it's going to come in your Google Plus stream simultaneously. So what I've had to do, and it's kind of a pain in the neck for me, because what happens is if you do make the mistake, you have 14 days from the time you set it up to change it, and I did not know that. So if you haven't configured your YouTube to your Google Plus, please make sure it's to your professional channel. That's probably the big thing I want you to remember there. And so, and with YouTube having a high page rank and it's linked to Google Plus, that's how you wind up getting some really good organic and free traffic, not only to your YouTube channel, but also to your, to your website and to your Google Plus. Now these are the other profiles, and I really want you to focus here on what I have. And what I've done here, guess what I'm doing? More call to actions. And if you looked up here where I talked about to access some of the free training, scroll down to the links section. Here's our links section and other profiles. And what I've done is, instead of saying like Tube Traffic Mojo or Facebook Jail or Facebook Nightmare or predatory SEO, I don't put titles of the trainings, okay? I want to make this very generic. But what I've done is, look what I've done here. Click here now to subscribe to my newsletter, okay? If I click on that, guess where that takes me? I've created a in Aweber, a newsletter sign-up sheet. So they can subscribe right there if they didn't already. Click here now to like my Facebook fan page. Click here now to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Click here now to follow me on Twitter. Click here now to subscribe to my SoundCloud channel. Those tend to be the five, or these four here are my 5 major social media spaces that I hang out. You don't want to put every social media space you hang out in. Only the major ones that you do spend your time. So I would recommend for you guys Facebook fan page, your YouTube channel, again, your professional YouTube channel, Twitter, and your SoundCloud channel. So I'm going to quick come over here. All right, everybody. How's everybody doing? Making sense? Again, you want to make everything so specific and call to action oriented. Now what I've done here is, because with my brand I'm talking about people doing healthy, profitable websites, what I've done is all these trainings that you see here, and if you look at the little, some of them are with My Lead System Pro, you can tell by the little icons here. So I've made some trainings of where I direct people to those specific trainings for My Lead System Pro. I have productivity training. I have mastermind training. Those were trainings that I did. Okay, and once you start doing, if webinars are your primary vehicle of choice, or if you're just doing video marketing, you can create a little capture page and have them go opt in right into seeing what your video is. And this is a great way to show people, okay, if you're saying you're helping me, you're giving them free trainings here that they can get their hands on. But notice that I'm not, with these trainings, I'm not in their face about it. I'm like, because I think sometimes if you always put like the specific title of the training, that can sound kind of pitchy. But if you're putting it as, hey, this is, because what I'm trying to do with people is if they have a question, I'm pointing them to wherever direction they want to go. All right. I'm kind of like Julie on the Love Boat, where, you know, the cruise director, where, okay, I want to go play shuffleboard, well, you've got to go to the Fiesta deck. So if someone's coming to my site and they're like, oh, I'm helping them build healthy, profitable websites, oh, you know, I have a question about YouTube. Well, here, you can go to a YouTube training, and that's just going to take me right to the squeeze page to get into Tube Traffic Mojo. All right. Does that make sense to everybody? How we do that? Just make sure that just have this mantra in your head, guys, when you're doing anything related to an about page on any social media site. Whether it's Google+, whether it's Facebook, whether it's Twitter, whether it's SoundCloud, whether it's Pinterest, LinkedIn, everything has to have a call to action to it. Because that's going to increase, you know, the goal is to get engagement. The goal is not to get someone to sign up to your opportunity right now, or the goal to get them to your opportunity link. The #1 goal is to get them on your list. You get them subscribing to your newsletter list. Let me tell you guys, when that finally hit home with me and it sunk into my thick, stubborn skull, it changed the whole perspective of how I look at my marketing. And I began to I mean, it was like I'm not feeling pressured to get people to sign up, and it was very liberating. And everybody just, you know, and all of a sudden I became more attractive. Because I was, you know, because if you look in the spaces right now in internet marketing, everybody's pitching. Everybody's pitching. And it's so refreshing when you come across someone and they're not pitching you. That's what's exciting. And then you're getting the quality people. All right? And you're focusing your time and energy on the people who want it and who want to work with you. Questions or concerns? And then we're going to head over to the Google Plus page. But I want to make sure you guys are clear on the Google Plus profile and you see the value and benefit. I hope, you know, I hope that a big light bulb went off in your head and you are getting excited. Because I'm excited. I'm really excited, actually. Okay. Well, let's kind of move on here for time, and we'll quick go to what the profile page is. The Google Plus page is very similar to what a Facebook fan page is. All right, so I'm going to click on Manage this page. All right. Now, with a Google Plus page, let's see. Okay, here we are. Now, what a Google Plus page does is you don't see, you will not see followers. You're going to get the +1s. How many people +1 your site? So that's kind of like the likes on a fan page with Facebook. Pretty much the format is almost the same. Okay. I'm gonna just kind of quick talk here as you look at the fan page there. Is you get the shared posts and demographics. Default setting is always public on a page versus an individual profile. Like I showed you on the individual profile page, you can kind of put on your about page what you want private versus public. On a page, everything you put is public. You cannot put it to private. you cannot add a person until one has added the page, okay, that's liked your page or has mentioned your page, okay? So someone has to engage with you first before you can engage with them. Now, you can have, you know, if you have a Google Plus page, you're going to have your old +1 button, but cannot endorse other pages or websites with a +1 vote. And you can't participate in a mobile hangout. So what the things with the Google Plus page is, it's pretty much the same as what you have before. You can do both. I set things up the same, pretty much the same way as I have with my Google Plus personal page or personal profile. What I forgot to do here, guys, you know what, I'm going to quick change this on the fly. I forgot to change down here my little thing here. I'm going to kind of move that to the top because lo and behold, I spent so much time on my profile page, I forgot to put it on my business page here. So I'm going to quick take care of that. So as you can see here, save. Now I have my call to action here. So I'm just making sure your call to actions. And so the only difference here is I didn't put any personal stuff. That, you know, like my hobbies and interests, that's going to my personal page. I want that there. With this business page, I'm only putting things specific to my business. You can have multiple Google Plus pages, okay? You just have to make sure that you know, that you're clicking in on the right one. And I've done the same thing here. As you look over here, I have okay, with people who can see this public. Okay. So you can see who are the people in my circles. All right. Who are the people that have added me to their likes and pluses of my site. And then here's the links. Again, you can see here, what did I do here? My Google Plus, this is my vanity URL, Digital Marketing Doctor. That's how and that's kind of the way I can separate what I have. YouTube is my digital. Here I made sure when I configured my page, I configured it right to the YouTube channel here with Digital Marketing Doctor, to my professional YouTube account. And then again with here I did not, let me see here. I'm going to switch something around here. I thought I had that. Put that right up here. Okay, there we go. So as you can see here, I wanted to make sure, subscribe to my newsletter, like me on Facebook. I'm probably going to reword these a little bit. Again, subscribe now, like me now. I'm always directing the call to action. Oh, I didn't bold these here. Sorry, guys. I'm just, as you can see, you can always want my stuff to stand out and pop. You know, anything that can catch a reader's eye, especially in social media, things are visual, that'll make them stop and look. So as you can see here, this is just my plus page, and then if I go to my posts, you can see here, I have all my posts of what I've done. All right, videos. You can see a whole bunch of videos that I've done here. My YouTubes, reviews, people if they wanted to do a review. So I can, this is just a really nice, you know, another way to do it. You can interact with both. I primarily like to use both, but lately I've been doing more with the personal profile page, especially when people are wanting to, when they want to get to know me. I want them to know me first before I direct them over to my my fan page. Any other questions or concerns with the page? All right, Jimmy says he loves this. Give me more info. Awesome, awesome. But what we'll do, guys, is we will, like I said, next week we'll do some more with Google Plus, and we'll do some more with engagement and everything. But right now, I really want you guys this week develop your profile pages and have specific calls to action on them. That's really super, super important, because if you do that, I bet you if you guys do that, you're gonna get some engagement. Either A, people are gonna start opting into your list, and B, they're gonna start following you. And then if you're starting to follow you, then next week we'll go into some engagement tips and tricks so that you can get them to opt in to your mailing list. All right, now what I'm going to do here now is I'm going to switch now to the slides, because we're going to talk about Google authorship. Okay, so I want to make sure that people can see the slides. Okay, can you see my slide on the screen right now? Okay, just want to make sure that people can see this page that you see Google authorship on your page, the slide here. Okay, good. People can see that. What Google authorship is, this is where you're going to be a contributor and you are claiming authored content. This is content that you yourself have created. And what happens is, and I'm just going to show you, this was when I created my authorship account, is what it does is it's going to link to you're linking Google Plus to your blog. So if, people say, do you need a blog to build your business? Yes, and, some people say yes, some people say no. I would say best practice is yes to have it, so that when people are searching you on the search engines, they're going to see your picture for your brand. Okay. For me, because I'm helping people with different, with developing websites through attraction marketing. I'm giving trainings on different things, and I've had a website and a blog up for 2 years, so I'm using that for my authorship. So what this does is it's claiming authored content. So anything you're creating, is saying, and you're telling Google, and Google's recognizing that yes, this belongs to you. Okay, what you wrote. Now look at what it does here. It says who you are. All right, digital marketing doctor. It puts the name of my website, a byline, which is who wrote it, which is me, and then it says how many circles you are in. And at the time I did this, guys, was right when I started with Google Plus back in May, and I only had 26 people. So I went from 26 people on May the 7th, and now it's January 11th, and I've got now close to 5,000 people in my circles. What this does, guys, is when you look online, and I'll do a little technique here with you to show you what I mean, is you can have somebody come in, and you can type in on Google, and you can have a search. You could be typing in a search for, any type of search term, and all of a sudden you might see a list of opportunities come up. And you could be promoting the exact same opportunity. exact same squeeze page or exact same sales page, and one person will have a picture up, like this Google author, and one person won't. The person who has the authorship account up, because it's visual, people see them, they're going to get the click through, they're going to get the sale over the other person. Not only that, but when people look at your authored content, and as you add more people, you're going to see that number grow in the circles. And when people are looking for like an authority status, and they look and it's like, oh wow, you know, since this is an earlier slide, if I did another screenshot and it said, you know, Lisa Thompson's got 4,800 people in her circles. Wow, she must really know what she's doing. You know, I've got to, you know, I need to go check her out and see, you know, what is it about her, you know, and it builds up your it builds up your authority and your brand. All right, so you're going to get, so it's really important to have a Google authorship account set up, and what it does is it links, you know, because Google Plus is integrated with Google, and then you're integrating it to your website. It's just giving you more natural juice, organic traffic juice, to get more eyeballs on your stuff. Now, unfortunately, I cannot walk you through the specific steps online here to set up an authorship profile. But what you can do, and I'll bring up the screen here. All right, I'm going to all right. We're going to kind of go up here to the online again, to the web. Okay. I'm going to paste and go here. And if you see this on your page, this is a link to your Google Plus profile, to the content you create. Your Google Plus authorship content goes to the profile page, not the Google page. All right? Google Plus profile. That was the first thing we worked on today. So you want to link your Google Plus profile to the content you create. So you go to this place here, and I have it on the slide, and then it's going to talk about what you need to do, all right, to set it up, and it'll walk you through the steps and how you verify your site and everything. And then once that works, then you're going to see, and let me just show you here. I'm just going to do a Google. Whoops. Okay, there's Google. Let's say we were going to talk about, I'm going to bring up Facebook jail. All right. Now, if you look here, you can see, oh, there I am. The only reason I'm up on there is because when you're logged in, all right, sometimes your stuff might wind up on page 1 of Google. So just to know if your stuff really is, you would have to log out of Google to check that. And I'm not going to do that right now, otherwise you would all be kicked out of the webinar. But as you can see here, guys, look, on this page, you can see people who have their authorship accounts. All right? Or they have something written, you know, 405 plus in their Google circles. Or if I wanted to say, let's do internet marketing. Internet marketing. Oh, only one person here. But look he's got 22,000. And if you click here, that takes him right to his Google Plus page. Okay, see that? Or if we did multi-level marketing, okay, you can get some other articles. And look at here, multi-level marketing, Herb Greenberg. Okay, people who use, look at all these different, okay, when they do the authorship accounts. Or let's do another one, blogging. All right, look at that. You know, would you want to talk to someone, you know, when you see that influence, that they have that many people in their circles, that might be somebody who knows what they're talking about? It's pretty powerful stuff. So really encourage you to get a Google Plus authorship account. Then what happens is, guys, I'm going to come up here. Okay, you know what? All right, since I'm at Digital Marketing Doctor, I want to switch back. That's the name of my page. I want to switch back to my personal page. So what I'm going to do here is to get back to that. All right. There was a shortcut around that, so I'm just. So if you want to get a shortcut and get a, to transfer to your other page, to tell if you're within your page or your profile, plus the plus in my name here, that means that I'm going to my page or my profile. If I see up here a plus and then I have like my Digital Marketing Doctor, that means I'm at my page. So you just have to make sure that you have your you kind of know the name of your page and the name of your profile. So if I go to my profile page, I go to About, what you're going to see down here is a contributor to. And what the contributor to part is, this is where you're going to put some of your stuff with your authorship. So you're going to link to like your, so if you're writing blog posts, you can put certain blog posts in as your contributor. All right. I linked my Google Plus page to, I'm just going to edit this, to my my profile. So as you can see here, it's very easy to do. You just go here and down here, and then the labels on top, and then your Google Plus, your URL to whatever you're going to be contributing to. So I come down here, same thing. I don't want to put too many things. So I might put, you could put things down like if you're doing a review on like your primary company. You could do a review on, if you're in a lead generation company, you might want to put a review there. You might want to put down some other, and then what it does is it says you're a current contributor. All right, and that just gives you more authority. It gives you more, it's going to give you more juice or organic eyeballs, traffic to your site. Now just make sure that this is public, your links are public, and everything up here on your page is public, right? Does that make sense? All right, I'm just going to close that down here. All right. Any questions about authorship? Just to kind of, try to play around with that. Oh, 11:15. I think we're going to kind of start wrapping things down here, gang. Once we know who the All right, so let me kind of go here, and we're going to do your homework. But I want you guys to start doing for next week. I want you guys to start taking action. All right, because I'll tell you right now, I used to be like, oh, I have to wait to learn everything before I do something. And let me tell you, that hurt my business in ways you cannot imagine, because I can't get that time back. When I started taking action, guys, even if I wasn't, you know, sometimes I wasn't doing it the right way, but I was getting leaders' attention. All right? In my primary company, in my lead generation companies, the leadership started to eyeball me. And the leadership started wanting to work with me. You know, and if you want that type of you know, people to want to work with you, and if you're getting the leadership to take notice, you know, that's also going to be building you up, okay, as giving you more perceived authority, because you know what, they're starting to tag you, they're starting to recognize you, you know, they're starting to edify you, and then all of a sudden you're going to get more business from them. Make sense? So what I want you guys to do today is just get in the habit of just start taking action, and people are going to start noticing you. All right, it's better than, you know, you do nothing and, you know, and nothing changes. The only way things are going to change is if you take action. So set up your Google Plus account if you have not done so. So make sure you do that. Create your Google Plus profile, create your Google Plus page. Get those profiles done. And it really shouldn't take you a whole lot of time to do it. If you spent about an afternoon, a couple hours in the afternoon today to do it, once it's done, all right, and you can really, you know, set it, forget it, people are going to, you know, and then you can just come back and periodically update. And people are going to, you're going to be amazed at the type, you know, you want to attract quality people. You want to attract those biz builders, the professionals. And if you can get them versus the shiny object people, okay, you're going to be in such a good position, and it's just going to enhance your brand. All right? I really want you guys to get that. So sign up, make sure you get on my list, all right? And down here it says digitalmarketingdoctor.com/Google-plus-list. Okay, I'm going to quickly make a copy of this. And if you guys have any questions or concerns, please contact me, all right? You can contact me on my Facebook page. You can contact me on Google+. You can contact me via the list. And make sure that you do that, okay? Do that. And I can come in and I can look at your stuff and see if you're on the right track. And then I can make some suggestions for you. Now, for some of you, all right, if you really want to come and be, you know, be part of my team, I do have a group of people that I do work with because they've joined me in 2 of my opportunities that I do offer. And what this does is you will get additional one-on-one coaching from me where we're going to kind of work on really building your brand, going through how you know, develop a squeeze page, how you create your capture video, how we do structure up your emails for your newsletters. We're going through a lot of stuff to really help you make it a profitable business. So there are 2 ways that you can be a part of that, and you get, you know, this access to me. The first one is if you go to digitalmarketingdoctor.com/formula, that is with My Lead System Pro. You can go and check that out. The other one is my other team, which is a Power Lead System, where you can create squeeze pages and sales pages in less than 5 minutes. It's almost in the time you can make a chocolate ice cream sundae. This is a system that I absolutely love, and you can create just absolutely gorgeous, high-converting sales pages and squeeze pages with the only tech skills you need are copy, cut, and paste. It's awesome. There is a 7-day free trial going on with this, so you can come and check that out. My Lead System Pro has a 30-day trial where you can check that out as well. Now I'm going to come back to the chat here. I'm going to put in these other two. So you can have that there if you're interested in one or the other. And kind of sitting back a little bit. All right. Any questions or concerns before we wrap this up? And then next week we will do more with how we will engage people on Google+. You know, how we're going to contact them. We're going to also look at how you can promote your opportunities with invites, sending out invitations. They're really cool. I wound up getting a lot of leads with that. And so we're going to do more with that next week. But please make sure that you do your homework here. And what I want to do maybe next week is, if people are willing, we can do, I will have you guys, if you want, we can post and kind of look at your, if you're willing to have it show on your, show on the webinar here, kind of critique your Google Plus page and profile. All right, well, I'm going to, since there's no other questions, I'm going to kind of close here. But guys, thank you for spending your time with me today. What I'll do is I'll make sure that this recording is uploaded. I will make sure we have a copy of the PDF of the slides so you can look at that. And then I will try to make another quick video to put in, I'll try to put it in my YouTube channel so you guys can take a look at that as well. But please make sure to kind of look for, you know, an email from me sometime today or at the very latest tomorrow, where I will get that replay to you so you can take action and really start putting this together, guys. I really want you guys to see the value in this. I want you guys to taste success, especially when it comes to getting leads and engagement. Because once you have that, and once people are really liking what you got, you know, getting leads for your business is going to be like a walk in the park. And it becomes easy, it becomes fun. It shouldn't be a drudgery. All right? So with that said, have a great afternoon. Enjoy the weekend, and we will see you next Saturday. Same bat time, same bat channel. Take care, everybody.